Hi. So there's this whole issue here, the useless things I got my child. This trend imekuwa ikitrend sana TikTok. And I'm gonna give my sentiment about the issue. And what I'm gonna say about it, I'm sure you not like it, but I'm not here to make you like it either. But let me just give a piece of what I think about the whole situation. And what I'm gonna say is, you posting your child there or your kids there in the name of a trend. I don't know whether you're serious guys or you just want to trend, but nitakwambia kitu moja, my dear sister, before you decide to get a kid, make sure you are making that decision or you're taking that step because you want it. Okay? Because I'm sure the most men you're posting here, like the useless things you got your children, most of you wanted to trap the men into marrying you with kids. This is the bitter truth. Most women out here, we look for a guy, wanaona actually amejiweza, maybe he has money, maybe anakaa fiti, and you feel like you want this man. Simply because you're dating a guy doesn't mean he wants kids with you or doesn't mean he wants to settle with you. So it's where you sit down and you start making your own imagination. Okay? Yeah? And let me tell you, when you get into such situations, because these are situations, you're thinking that you're gonna trap a guy by having kids, by having a pregnancy with him, it's a total waste of time. Women, we need to style up. Get a child when you're ready. Get a child for you. Do not get children for men. Get your children for you. Otherwise, you'll end up calling people useless. And if you try to look this thing and you analyze the whole situation, you are the only useless person here. Okay? Because you made your decision. The guy was so clear to you, muna have fun. You're just making out, you're just having fun. And you, na kierere yako, ukafungulia miguu, and you can let things slide. So who are you to blame? Why are you blaming men when you were in control? You are in control of that situation. Women, I'm a woman, so I know. You are in control of that whole situation. If you didn't want a kid, you can't have a kid unless you want it. So if you got children for men, stop it. And stop doing that. Do you know what you are doing to children? They grow up, they'll come to see these things. Like if you knew that guy was so useless, if you knew that person was so useless, then why did you have children with him? You are the only useless person here, because if I know someone is useless, why could I just, what the hell? I don't know if you're getting my point. Najua mtu ni useless. Na naenda hapo kwa huyo useless person to have a kid with. I mean, what am I? I'm so useless. Yeah? So cut us this slack. Women, can you stop this? Can you stop this? You tagging men there doesn't mean anything. And if he got a child with you, or maybe you're in a marriage that didn't work. You see, people get together, things don't work. Maybe you don't match for some reasons. And doesn't mean that someone is useless or something. Kuna vitu zinaita that you don't match. Sawa? When that time, ikifika hiyo level, we have to agree that, wasn't good for me. I'm not good for him. And you move on and have peace with it. Wacheni kuforce issues. This shows that women are bitter out here. Bitter for what? Can you just move on with your life? Can you just go look for a job? And then mfanye kazi jamani. And then mfanye kazi and live for your kids. Tafuteni life for your kids. Because this online stuff won't help you. As tutaona tu tuna view na tunaenda next tuna view. Tunasaidia na nothing. Nothing. Before you start calling someone useless, call yourself useless times 2. You opened your legs. Nobody raped you. Okay? You decided to trap that man with a whatever, with that kid. Hakuingia box yako. So, these are the consequences. Every decision has a consequences. And we better start telling each other hard truths. Hii mambo ya bestie, yeye alikufanyia, and what did you do to him? What about if the table are reversed? What about if the men start talking? Sometimes I feel some conversation are so one-sided. What about the other party starts talking? About the torture they went through in your hands? About the reason as to why they left? About why they, I don't know. But we have to be human enough. When you start to do things, when you start having imagination about someone, if you want to shame someone, ask yourself, what did you do wrong? Or why didn't we cope? Why aren't we together? What happened? Analyze the whole situation. Na mwache kufanya vitu na feelings. There comes a time when you need to make decision when you're sober. Zero emotions. Because I feel like this thing ni emotions zinasumbua tu. You just want to sit there and blame someone for your mistakes. Your mistakes will happen in your legs. If you kept your legs to yourself, utapata wapi hawa watu? At the end of the day, let me advise you. If you want to have a child as a woman, be ready psychologically. Be ready. You can fend for that kid with or without the man. Okay? Now we are tagging them there like the useless thing you got your child. Suppose the man is dead. What will you do? You're tagging them because they're alive. You're tagging them because maybe they're moving on with their lives. And the reason, and maybe because someone didn't work with you, didn't work out, the relationship with you didn't work out, doesn't mean it's useless. It can, maybe they have successful marriages out there, they have successful relationship out there. So you better do the same. Find a person that you can align. Tafuta mtu mwenye mnaingiana, you see, and you stop with this bullshit. On your shit. Otherwise you'll end up calling people useless, and in the end you are the only useless person. Yes.